Nurses have this ability to stomach things that many other people do not have. It's a blessing to some, maybe a curse to others. I don't know. I consider it a blessing. For instance, this weekend, my oldest daughter and I were at a Subway. And this Subway is close to a hospital. It's really the only restaurant within miles of this hospital. It's also the only restaurant within miles of my house. So, we decide that we're going to get everybody some dinner, and we go to Subway. While we're there, my oldest daughter tells me, she says, "Daddy, I just don't feel good. Can you pick me up?" I said, okay. I had about 5 or 6 sandwiches that I was going to order, and I had just ordered the second one. You know how you have to say your meat and your bread, or, you know, your style of sandwich and your bread, whatever it is. I said, you know, the second sandwich out of about 6, the meat and the bread. And about this time, I pick my oldest daughter up. She lays her head on my shoulder and projectile vomits all over me in awesome fashion, I must say. And, you know, the damage was done. You know, I had already been vomited on, so it was, you know, it was already done. The lady behind me, like I said, this is the only restaurant near a hospital. The lady behind me is clearly also in the medical profession, and I'm going to just assume that she's a nurse. She may not have been, judging from the scrubs that she had on. And so she's wearing scrubs because clearly this is some sort of break for her, lunch, or, you know, maybe she's going to work. And she just kind of looks at me, acknowledges the fact that my daughter has just projectile vomited all over me and myself and her. And then she goes to order her sandwich. And I tell the woman that's making the sandwiches, I said, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Let me clean her up. Can you leave those sandwiches right there? The people behind the counter did not share the same enthusiasm or lack thereof that me and this other nurse that were in the building kind of acknowledged, like, oh, there's vomit. Now we got to clean this up. As a parent, you're going to get throwed up on. As a nurse, you get throwed up on. It may not happen every day, you get throwed up on as a nurse. This is not my first projectile vomit experience. I've had projectile vomit experiences with both of my children, and when this third one gets here, I'll have a projectile vomit experience with this third child. It happens. Children get sick. They eat things that make them sick. Their immune systems aren't what adult immune systems are. They get sick. And up it comes. It's whatever. But it's what happens as a parent. And as a nurse, you know, I've seen it before, so whatever. So I clean my daughter up as best I can, go back out there, and I'm still holding her. Well, I've now set her down and picked her back up again. I go to finish ordering my remaining 4 sandwiches. Put all the, you know, lettuce and tomato and whatnot all over them. And just like it was a normal day, the crew behind the counter at the Subway would not look at me. They just wouldn't. I don't know if they couldn't because they know what just happened. Maybe it was the smell. Maybe it was the sight. Maybe it was a combination of the two. Don't know. But it happens. As a parent, you got to kind of wonder, do I leave? I wasn't leaving. I had to get food for everybody. I'm staying. As a nurse, you got to figure out, oh, what's wrong with this child? Now I got to take care of her. Figure out why she's doing, you know, this thing. I was able to figure out something that did work, and she eventually felt better at the end of the day. But, you know, it was a good day. As a nurse and a parent, this is what'll happen to you. So, if something like this ever happens, just, you know, shrug it off. It's life. Hope it helps.